Today on the channel, I'm going to show you how to play the song Heaven by Warrant. Yeah, man, we're going to learn some Warrant today, and you know what? Warrant was one of the best hair metal bands in the 80s, if you ask my opinion. They wrote some great songs. Jani Lane, probably one of the best voices in hard rock and metal, glam metal, in my opinion, again. So anyway, we're going to talk about Warrant and Heaven today, which was a #2 hit for them off of Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinkin' Rich, which was released in, I want to say, January of '89, all right? Way, way long time ago, about 36 years ago, something like that. Anyway, the song is in, I'm tuned to standard. The song is in G, but on the record they're tuned about a quarter step down, but I'm going to play it in standard just for ease, okay? So the song starts off with a nice little progression that starts actually on a C add 2 chord, and then a G major chord with a B on the bass, and a D sus4, which is your 5, and brings you back to the 1, which is your G, okay? So what I'm doing here is going... Now I've got a really heavy distorted guitar tone on this EVH guitar. It sounds like this. All right, but I'm in the single coil now in the front, and I'm going to roll back to get this tone. So if you're one guitar player in the band, you can do these sort of, implement these kind of tips and tricks in your playing if you're not aware. All right, so once again, that intro goes like this. And then Jani comes in, got a picture of your house, all right? And the basic verse is a 1 to a minor 3, which is a B minor chord, to a 4, which is a C, and we're going to do a C add 2, to a 5, a D chord, back to the G. So it sounds like this. Okay, and then the pre-chorus where he says, I don't need to be the king of the world, goes... It's a C add 2 to a D, D sus4 to a G, a 1. And then again, C add 2, as long as I'm the hero of this, then an E minor, to a D girl, C. So the little girl is E minor, D, C add 2. So long as I'm the hero of this little girl. Cool. Then the chorus is D, D sus4 to a C add 2, G, to a C, then he goes back to a we'll find a way, he goes back to a D, to a C add 2, and back to the verse. You can play this B minor also like this, which is a B minor 7. You can do it like that. Now for strumming, That's how I strum this. Lightly holding onto the pick, you know, letting the string, the pick graze across the string. It starts with a downstroke, then two upstroke, then a downstroke. All right. Every rose has its thorn, you know. Bret Michaels really inspired a lot of metal ballads with these chords. You can do so much with it. All right, so the guitar solo is really tricky. It's played by, I want to say, Mike Slamer. Mike was his name, I believe. Mike Slamer. He played all the guitar solos on this album, and they were awesome. So during the guitar solo, it modulates to A. All right, so the backing parts, if you're going to play this in a band, is A, E, E, D, or you can go A, E, D up there. All right, so that's the backing over the chorus, or not the chorus, but the guitar solo. So it modulates up one step for the guitar solo, and at the very end the song modulates twice. It winds up modulating up a whole third, which is incredible considering, you know, Jani's voice just keeps going and going and going. It's amazing. So the guitar solo, so when he goes, we'll find a way, yeah, and then modulates to A. All right, and the solo starts off, I'm going to give you a little bit of theory in here, so it'll help you understand, but A major is also F sharp minor pentatonic. So if you think of this pentatonic scale, the F sharp minor, and you play it up here on the 14th fret, an octave up, that's an A major as well, okay? And there is an A major arpeggio. So it's good to know in this song because there's a little bit of this A major in the solo. And there's also an A position here, the A major scale. All right, so that A major scale based off of this position, this A major arpeggio, and the F sharp minor A major pentatonic up here are very instrumental, no pun intended, in you learning the solo. So the first part of this solo, since it's an A major, starts off with this blues lick in F minor A major pentatonic, which it goes like this. All right, so one more time. Okay, I vibrato with my hand, but you can go. Now, unfortunately, this is a lockdown tremolo system, so I can't do all the crazy up and down bends that they do on this guitar solo, but I'll emulate it as close as possible. So slowly, once again, we're going. He's putting that flat fifth in there, right there, that 17, 16, 14 on the G string. That's really cool. That's just a blues lick. And we go right down the pentatonic scale with that flat fifth. So now if you notice down here, I switch out of it a little bit. I go down to the next position of that A major pentatonic, because he's going to end the note on this E, which is the low E string on the 12th fret. So you got to kind of switch positions. Slide back up. Okay, and now there's this really cool lick that goes like this. There's this bend, it goes. So what I'm doing there is I'm way up here on the 19th fret. I'm going to bend it up a full step, and then the full step bend again, but some vibrato this time. then trill. I'm going 17, 19, back to 17, and gonna slide down to the 16th, like that. So then with my middle finger hit the 17th fret on the B string, and then 14, and then 15 on the B string, and he scooped like that. I missed it. Scooped the last two notes. And we're going to do octaves. We're going to do this octave. An octave is the same note, but just 8 steps above or below it, like this. So we're on the D string on the 12th fret, and the B string on the 15th. We're going to so A major stuff all the way. So what I'm doing on this is I'm muting the low E string with my thumb, and I'm kind of like picking all the strings, but I'm muting the G and the B string with my index finger. All right. So that's basically it. So okay, so this last phrase is really tricky, and I'm going to show it to you slowly. To me, it's not very intuitive because it starts on a note and then goes down and then up 3 and then back to the original note. So I use my index finger, my middle finger, and my pinky. So the very first 4 notes is like that on the low E string. All right, slowly the riff goes. All right, so once again, you got to get that meatly feel. Like that. So if you can get this first section down, I would recommend get it down to this part right here where it goes on the 9 and 11 on the G string. I would suggest getting it down to this part right here where on the 9th and the 11th fret. And if you get that, after that part it goes, so right up that A major pennant, or the A major arpeggio. All right, that I showed you earlier, it's a segment of that. So once again, slowly. So palm muting. One more time, slowly. One time, extra slow. It's a killer, and the very end goes. So one more time, that ending goes. He modulates back to that, to the verse. So the big climb, the victorious climb, ends with this arpeggio. And you got to do some scoops. So the scoops, what a scoop is when you go. Kind of like when he's up here going. All right, that ends with a. Now the scoop takes the place of your pick. When you scoop a note, you kind of hammer on. With this hand, you kind of hammer onto the string, and it makes the string sound. And the scoop kind of accentuates that hammer on and allows the note to continue. Because if you listen to this solo, it's like it fades off into the sunset. So slowly. One more time. Hope that makes sense. So then it's back to the acoustic guitar. And he goes back into the verse, right? Now, the last thing about this song I'm going to tell you is the last chorus. He modulates, he does this verse, right? B minor to a D. Then he modulates. He goes to an A, so you can play it with bar chord, or you can go A, E, okay? And then after that chorus, he goes one more step up. So he's going B, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E. And at the very end, he goes, yeah. And then he goes, they hit an F sharp, the 5, and then they end on an E. But the bass player is playing the major third. He plays this B flat. And goes back to this E. So that's why the ending sounds so unusual. It goes, the bass is doing this, the major third, while the guitar players are playing the F sharp, the basses. Then everybody ends on that E. All right, so it's a modulation. So the last chorus is A, E, D, and then it goes to B, F sharp, E, like that. So great songwriting. Beau Hill produced this song, so he might have had a hand in some of those things just to make the song sound uplifting. And, you know, I'm sure Jani had a say in that as well. I mean, who knows? It might have been all his idea. We'll never know, really, because unfortunately Jani is no longer with us, and we miss him. So anyway, that is Heaven by Warrant. I hope this lesson was helpful and you found it fun to play, and I enjoy you hanging out with me today. I appreciate your support. If you like this kind of content, I try to do at least 2 lessons a week and various content on this channel that's music related and fun. Please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.